so after my dynamic warm-up, my static stretch, my blood flow's good. Super important to understand it happens at all levels. We have to make sure that we're not throwing to warm up. We warm up to throw. So like I said, I've done my dynamic, I've got a good blood flow going, I'm sweating up a little bit. Now it's time to start my catch play. Fairly basic here. I want to make sure that I'm holding the ball with a four-seam grip. A four-seam grip most of the time. For the advanced players, they might go to a two-seam grip. Well, most often left-handed throwers will use a two-seam grip, but some of the times they should be using a four-seam grip. A four-seam grip will go the straightest, most consistent, and we want to be able to make sure we're keeping our fingers behind the ball. Working behind the ball. If I were to be on a two-seam, it's the same thing, staying behind the ball, and it doesn't matter which side of the ball we go on. I just want to make sure my fingertips here are staying on the seam so I can control it. If the fingertips are in the middle of the ball, that would be, I like to explain to the players as this part of my finger is slippery. This part of the ball is slippery. This part of the ball has grip. I want to have slippery on a little bit of a grip so I can make a consistent, accurate throw. Okay? The first thing we'll do is I'll start just on a knee. And I'll start holding my elbow, okay? And it would just be a push almost with my forearm and elbow. And I'm just making sure I'm staying behind the ball. This would be for the rookies, the minors, the younger players. I want to be able to backspin the ball to my partner. I'm not trying to throw 95 miles an hour here. I'm just trying to get a good consistent spin every time to my partner. Now if I were to stand up, call this 10 toes. I have 10 toes towards my partner. I have my glove and hands together. I'm going to turn to my glove side, my throwing side, and I'm going to make my throw from there. Again, from here, turn, my elbows are turning, my chest is turned, make my throw to my partner. If your players do this very fast, I'll tell them, hey, make sure we pause at the top. Our fingers need to make sure they stay at the top part of the ball so we can create that good backspin to my partner. Okay, for the more advanced players, I might have a little bit of a rock into it. I'll go whichever side I throw on, I'm a righty thrower. I'm going to go my right toe to left toe to throw. So now I'm getting my hips involved. I'm able to start moving a little bit together. 10 toes. Now after 10 toes, for some of the more advanced players, we'll do a pivot pick. Now this could be done a bunch of different ways. You can have your throwing foot forward and you're doing the same part of the rock or the 10 toes. You could be faced the other way, just turning your chest. I like to go with my throwing foot forward, just sort of feeling a little bit of an opposite. It requires coordination. We need to teach our players to be coordinated and try to make consistent, good throws. On my throwing foot forward, take my hands apart, make my throw. If I were to be going with my chest facing the other way, I turn my chest and make my throw. Pivot picks. After you've made about 10 throws at each, your partner would back up a little bit. And you have to remind your players after each throwing progression, back up 5 to 10 steps. We want to be able to create more volume in our throws and create a little bit more length as we're playing catch, so we can strengthen out the arms and warm up our whole body. So after pivot picks, or for the younger players, after 10 toes, we'll go into rock and fire, and this can be done in 10 different ways. Okay, for the younger players, we'll start with our arms apart. Same things apply. Elbows are lined up. My feet are nice and wide. My front toe is pointed towards my target. Elbows are wide. When I rock, I go from my front foot to my back foot, and I make my throw. It's nice and under control. And notice how I don't pop up when I go to my back foot. I want to keep my keep my weight in my legs, rock forward, rock back, make my throw. For the older players, I'll start with my hands together, forward, feel the separation, and throw. And I can add a little bit of a leg lift as I go back, little leg lift, make my throw. And for the more advanced players, I'll add a little figure 8. So my arm will go together, back, and throw. I'm just keeping my arm moving, nice and easy. I'm trying to sequence my body with my arm. It's having rhythm in my throw and feeling good 4-seam grip to my partner. Rock and fire. After I've done rock and fire, we'll get into step and throw. Same thing. So many different ways to do it. Main one we'll like to talk about, and for the younger players, the rookies and the minors, we'll step into it every time. We'll go, if I'm a righty thrower, I walk left, right, left. Okay, making sure I go walking right towards my partner. Left, step in, left. Okay, so that looks like this. As I step and throw, left, in, throw. One more time. Left, right, throw. For the more advanced players, if this is still a fairly short distance, we'll kind of do like just a little step. So we're taking away the rock and fire. Now we'll almost come to a set position, and we'll just do a slide step, where I'm just barely taking my foot off the ground. I'm sliding my foot forward and transferring the weight to make my throw. This is all part of the step and throw, but this is just a slide step. Slide step, throw. After you've done the slide step, I would do a couple steps into the throw, just so they can increase their distance and move on into the shuffle. Now once I've got my players to stretch out a little bit further after my step and throw, we'll get into a little bit of long toss. This will typically be pass. I'd like to do my step and throws within the baseline. So that's from third base to second base, or first base to second base, whichever line you're on. Should require my step and throw. I will be able to get my ball to my partner from there. Now as I get a little bit past that, I'll do what's called a step behind. So it's a little bit more of an aggressive step. I want to be able to use my legs. Okay, that's a very important thing as a coach to explain to the player. We need to be strong in our legs. They're the strongest part of our body. So when I shuffle or when I do my step, I step forward, behind, and all my weight's loaded up into that back leg. Just like a rock and fire. Forward, behind, make my throw. And I want to feel my arm nice and loose. I'm not trying to throw super hard to my partner. My arm should be loose. Still trying to get that good backspin on the ball to my partner. So it looks like this. This is a step behind. One step, behind, nice easy throw. Step in front, step behind, nice easy throw. Again. Okay, after that, I'll go a little bit further, and I'll do more of long toss. My partner will back up. He doesn't have to right now, but I want to put a little bit more arc on this ball. A lot of coaches have disagreements about this. As for younger kids, we want to see how far we can throw the ball high. Okay, that will help our arm strength increase. As we can go further, how easy can I throw the ball? It does not have to be straight on a line. Explain to our kids we can put a little bit of arc on it. Now we don't want to be throwing it to the sky like this. We still want to keep our shoulders level. We just want to release a little bit higher to our partner. So when I take my shuffles here, I'm just going to be a little bit more aggressive. A crow hop, a big shuffle. Okay? Crow hop, big shuffle, little step, shuffle, nice easy throw. Okay, again, shuffle, crow hop, put some arc on the ball, and that's your long toss. Now depending on the time of your practice, you can spend more time at a further distance, you can spend less time at a further distance. It could be 5 throws, it could be 10 throws if you have a little bit more time. Maybe you stay out there for a little bit longer, and when you start working it back in, we made our last throw on a little bit of an arc. Now we're going to work back down towards the target, towards our partner as we move closer. So as we move closer from our last distance, we'll kind of do the same shuffle, same crow hop. We're working more on a line, not trying to kill our partner, just working more on a line, putting a little bit more effort on the throw to keep it more straight. Once you make one throw, your partner takes 5 steps in. If he comes a little bit closer, I'll just do a nice easy shuffle, take my throw. Once he comes to about 30 to 40 feet, we get into quick hands, which I'll show you now. Like I said, at the end of our throwing progression, we'll bring it back closer. Once we've gotten to about 30 to 40 feet, we're going to do quick hands, quick feet. So quick hands, quick feet. We need to explain to our players, we want to have our thumbs together. Okay, we need to be able to catch the ball with 2 hands. When I have my thumbs together, I squeeze and I get rid of the ball. I wash the ball in and I can catch and get rid of the ball. As the ball comes in, catch, back out of the glove. Catch, back out of the glove. Make sure we show our partner a target, thumbs together, and then make a quick throw back to your partner. An important thing to do, maybe not on the first day, maybe on a couple times through practice, once you practice it, is start with the ball on the line or the ball on the other side. Okay, and your partners are racing. The first 1 to 10 takes a knee, right? And you're trying to race your other teammates. See how quick you can catch the ball, get rid of the ball. Catch the ball, get rid of the ball. Okay, once you do that, you move on to your next part of the practice. I'll show you what quick hands, quick feet looks like here. I'll start with the ball. Coach will say go. It's on the ground right now. Coach says go. Pick it up, throw it. It's coming back to me. 2 hands, quick feet. 2 hands, quick feet. 2 hands, quick feet. 2 hands, quick feet. And that's the quick hands, quick feet part of the practice, or part of your throwing progression. That's a pretty important part of your practice. I would probably do it every time you play catch, just so the kids are understanding how to move their feet and catch the ball with 2 hands. We need to be able to be athletes on the baseball field, and we need to be able to catch the ball with 2 hands all the time.